Hello everyone, it's Rosetta here, certified health coach at Simply Health, coming to you with another one of my health talks. And before I get going, just want to remind you to like my videos, subscribe to my channel, or you might want to hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. So what am I going to be talking about today? Today, I want to talk about something that is really near and dear to my heart, and that is families and children. And why am I so passionate about this is because as parents, we want to be raising our children to be smart and healthy. And our children are our future. They're relying on us as parents to do that. So this is why I'm so passionate about helping families. And the topic I'm going to be talking about or explaining to you about is how nutrients that we feed our children affect their behavior. So the reason why the foods that we feed our child are so important is because our children's brains and bodies are still growing. They don't fully develop until the age of 25 or 26. And everything we flood their body with will affect their brain or body in some way, negatively or positively. So we need to be feeding them with the right foods. So as children, they do absorb more of the nutrients from the foods that they're being fed than adults do. So about 25 to 50% of the nutrients that a child eats is absorbed into their body or in their brain. Now, everything that we feed a child, what happens is there are neurotransmitters that are connected by our nerves that go to our brain. And they're the ones that give signals to our brain. So if we're feeding the body, a child's body, with the wrong ingredients, it's kind of like misfunctioning and not giving the right signals to the brain. And it is chemically altering their brain very slowly. It's like a compound effect. But because they're children and their brains are growing, we really need to make sure that we're feeding them with the right foods. And the foods, a lot of people don't know, yes, the nutrients do affect a child's behavior as well. So I'm going to talk about how the nutrients affect a child's behavior. So the foods that we need to feed our children are things like good carbs. So a child's nutrition or diet should consist of 50% carbs. Now, when I'm talking about carbs, I don't mean those simple carbs, which are junk food and things found in packages and come from the manufacturer in packages. I'm talking about complex carbs, things that come from nature, like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes. That's the carbs I'm talking about. Now, these carbs are coupled with two good friends. One is the protein and one is a fiber. So carbs' best friends are protein and fiber. Now, why do we need this protein and fiber? What do they do? What they do is they help those carbs get slowly released into the bloodstream. And they also help those sugars slowly release into the bloodstream so that there's not that sudden spike. And they also help release that energy over time. So you have more energy for longer periods of time. Now, if you're flooding the child's body with what I call junk food, those carbs are called simple carbs and they don't have friends called protein and fiber. So you don't have those friends to help them slowly release it into the bloodstream so they have, or they're satiated for longer and satisfied for longer. So what's going to happen is when you feed the child with the wrong foods, the blood sugar is going to go up and down like a roller coaster. I'm sure you've heard of that or seen that before. And that's why you get all these erratic mood swings, less focus, behavioral issues, learning difficulties with children. So it's so important to feed your child the right foods. They're called grow foods. And the one thing that I like to mention to parents is the main meal that you should be feeding your child with to start the day off is a brainy breakfast. And that is what sets the tone for the day. So if you're feeding the child the wrong kinds of foods for breakfast, unhealthy foods, what happens is it's like driving a car with no fuel. Sooner or later, the child is gonna have that lack of energy, and they're gonna look for something that can give them that energy again. Because they have not been fueled with the carbs, the right carbs that have the protein and fiber, they don't have enough energy. So we want energy to be sustained for, several hours, so that the child, when they go to school or when they're, at home, long distance learning, they can have that energy sustain them for long periods of time without having to fuel up again. So it's so crucial that we are feeding our child with the right kinds of foods. Again, remember, we need those complex carbs and make sure they have protein and fiber. Now, what did I say the protein and fiber does? It helps the energy be slowly released into the bloodstream and doesn't spike their blood sugar. So they have the roller coaster. We want it to be steady, 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 steady. So there have been studies that children that eat a brainy breakfast, the carbs with their friends, protein and fiber, they actually have better grades, they are more focused, they have better behavior, and they don't have learning difficulties. So it's so important, again, that we watch what we're feeding our child. And as I mentioned earlier, some of the things that you could feed your child are things like vegetables, fruits, berries, whole grains, great fats. We need fats as well. Fats is also great for the brain, like with seafood, the good fats, the oils, and nuts and nut butters. So all these are great oils to feed your child and to help your child's brain get smarter. So let's recap. Yes, everything that a child puts into their body affects their brain and their body in one way or another. So we need to make sure that we're feeding them with the right foods so that our children grow up smarter and healthier and have disease and are disease free later on in life into adulthood. So that's the reason why I am so passionate about talking about this topic, because our children, they just need us. They are relying on us to help them become smarter, to help them grow, to become healthier. And my goal is to help families create that healthy lifestyle culture. So yes, the nutrients you feed your child will affect their behavior and their brain and all parts of their body. So it's never too late and never too early to start giving your child that gift of health. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and I hope you found some value with this video. If you have, please like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Until next time, take care everyone. Bye-bye.